Ahoy! So, this is yesterday's work. Hooday. Now we will take this out. Okay, how do you like this design? Oh my god. Škoda. Yeah. You win some, you lose some. Okay. So now we have this one. And we can go outside to install straps. You see, custom made hoodie. And here is Škoda logo. Flip flops with pebbles are this. You see, pebble by pebble, one by one. Now I will install straps and then I will glue all together. Thank you. So these are custom made flip flops. And here I already prepared everything to put this together with straps. As you can see, I make some flip-flops. These are custom made. You see now these are like this. Škoda hoodie design. This is custom made design. So if you don't like it, it's not my problem. Because it was not designed by me. I only hope I didn't lose knife. Okay. If you have any questions about flip-flops with pebbles, look, here are pebbles directly from river. You see? Directly from river. Everything you in the shop, you pay a lot of money to company to order product in China, and then they just make a commission, and you pay for this shit. Here, everything is personally made for you. And it's not even that expensive. So yeah, it's really funny in what kind of a world we live in. People think they're luxurious when they buy Gucci or I don't know, Piano Lora Piano. This is just a fake brand that is selling products in China, maybe Bangladesh, and then they say it's not all from China. But yeah, what's the benefit of their product? Zero benefits. And now you will ask, what's the benefit of your product? And I can tell you that we did research with physiotherapists, and you will not believe. But your feet is designed to walk on pebbles, actually barefoot, if we are completely honest. When you walk barefoot, you get a lot of feedback from the ground. Your feet tries to adapt, and with all of that, you activate muscles, blood circulation is better, so your body works perfectly when you walk barefoot. And then they realize that they can sell you just some bullshit shoes, and they can say these shoes are for fitness and you will pay for shoes for fitness. Then they will make shoes for football, shoes for basketball, shoes for volleyball. I can play all these sports with one shoe, so they are not doing any improvement. They're just making more options to sell. They are investing brain power into marketing instead of improving your life. You know, that's what I don't like about these brands today, because they really don't care about us. And I said us because I was also wearing classical footwear in the past until I learned all that scam. And then when you get out of the matrix, you see the scam. And yeah, now I make flip-flops that are very popular, healthy, stylish. And now I will stop making them, because people prefer products from China. Can you answer one question? Do you prefer product that is not good for you, but it's cheap? Or you prefer to pay more for product that is not good for you, but it's expensive, like Gucci? Or you prefer to pay in the middle to get product that is actually healthy? And if you don't believe that Zakistar flip-flops are healthy, you can contact all the physiotherapists that we work with. You can also, even better, find people with feet problems and send them to me. It's 80 euros, 90 euros with shipping maybe, and you can totally test. How can you go from 22 viewers to 0 viewers? That's really impossible, actually. Last time I didn't talk even and people were just commenting. Maybe if I talk, people don't comment because they don't need to. Because I already tell everything. But if I'm just quiet, then they have questions. Now I'm stretching the leather a little bit. And I also see that there is a lot of traction. What? Don't tell me now that there is no 45. Yeah, it was here, huh? Lucky me. And for 47 it was also here. Custom made. Do you have money to buy custom made? Money. From which country you come from? I'm really interested. Because I'm interested in which country YouTube promote me. If you want to get flip-flops like this, you can visit website zakistar.com, and there you can get information, prices, models. I don't know exactly where I published research with physiotherapists. I did that on one website, but I don't know exactly. Ooh. This leader is tough to work with. 0 comments, 0 likes. Ah, fuck you. This knife is not good, or maybe leather is too strong. AI can't take my job. AI can't take my job. Hi! Likes, thumbs up, finally! Why are you alone? Are you okay? Yes, thanks for asking. I'm great. You know, being alone is not terrible, especially when you're working. Being alone can help you be more productive because I prefer to work with people. I mean, not with people that I have like teammates. But then I think that productivity is less. Oh, I like your questions. Thanks, God. I think that God sent it you. Biggest challenge right now. So, there is few challenges. One challenge is that I will probably never go to Olympic Games, which is very disappointing because I always wanted to participate. But I think it's too late for me. So that's one challenge, how to deal with that regret. And this is more philosophical challenge. And there the other challenge is that I make so great flip-flops, custom made, natural, leather, pebbles, healthy, beautiful design, handmade for now. Best footwear in the world. Look, now it's like 7 degrees. I wear flip-flops. I wear them all the time. And now the biggest challenge is how to spread the idea around the world. You know, thank you. I had millions of views on Instagram. I had 20,000 followers. It was all going exponentially, and then they deleted my account for no apparent reason. I mean, they said that it doesn't follow community guidelines, but they blocked me 10 times in December last year. And they said, oh, you follow community guidelines, everything is okay. And they blocked me again. Then I applied for restoration, and they said, oh, we are sorry, everything is okay. Boof, they blocked me again. So yeah, now the biggest challenge is that I was building Instagram for 8 years, and now I'm basically at the beginning. So it feels a bit terrible because I know that the product is great. Thank you for your cool questions. Hopefully we will talk again soon. I would like that. Bon appetit. Ciao. Maybe I can find cool people on internet, huh? Bye. Thanks for stopping by. If you like it, I will probably stream again sometimes. Or, yeah, happy to connect. But yeah, now let me tell you this story about lost Instagram. So imagine that you are working on one project and you know how it is when you start something from zero. It it's hard, super hard. Nobody knows you, nobody likes you. Even the idea, nobody liked it at the beginning. And then I started to become bigger, more famous, more people know you, and people were starting to say, "Oh, this idea is good. It's actually a great idea." And then I did the research with physiotherapists, and we realized that it's actually very healthy, and physiotherapists like it. And then one day everything is gone. Now imagine that. So it was very, I mean, I was never sad about it, but it's not optimal. And I think, I don't know, it feels like it's, maybe they want to do that to you when you become better in uh, than competition and stuff, and then they want to remove you, because I always tell people that Birkenstock is the biggest scam. Nike is just making shoes for €1 in China and selling you for €50. No, 50, 150. For no apparent reason. Why? Only because they are the biggest and they can. They don't provide any research or improvement that would actually benefit you. Because of course they will say that they have innovations and stuff. But if you use NASA material to create shoes that are hurting you and they destroy your body, that is not improvement. It's just innovation because for its sake of innovation. It's not really something with benefits. So that's the story of most brands today. They're just making products from China and they're selling very good because they have big brands, good marketing budget, and the best part is they have a lot of, how do you say, merch? No, commission. They have big commission. So of course they make flip shoes for €5. They sell it for 150. They can spend €100 for ads. That's why they can grow so fast. Fuck you. So yeah, you never know. And you know the biggest problem now is that on Instagram I was getting like 50 uh, 50,000 views per video, and now I get like 100. So you ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is the point? Yeah, that's life. Now I need to prepare glue, because we will glue this all together, and then flip-flops are done, you see. It takes around 1 hour and a half altogether, for custom made a bit more, and then you get actually healthy footwear. You see, this is all mosaic, it's mosaic pebbles. You see pebbles. You walk in nature, you are designed to walk in nature. No bullshit, just real deal. Because people are forgetting that we are natural beings. People think because we invented technology that we forget about our biology. That's not how life works. You are still human. Now I need to create soul, because see, at the bottom you have soul with a star. Zakistar. Now I'm not sure if it's already here, or I need to make it from the beginning. Yeah, I think I will just make it, then prepare glue, then we will go inside because it's warmer. I think for glue it's better that it's warmer. Yep, maybe I found one at least. One. Let's see. You see, this is the soul. It will do. Thanks for so many likes. You know what I always say? I can do everything without likes, because I started without support, and that's a good thing. Because if you depend on support, if you need likes, you will never succeed. It took me like 10 years so I can get few likes now. Okay, it's true that some people in 10 years become super successful, but for me personally, it took me a long time, and I would definitely give up if there would be no if I would be depending on getting positive feedback, but it's still super nice. You know, it feels the best when customers send you video of first impressions or opening box or something like that, because you know from marketing's perspective that some brands are paying a lot of money to get that experiences, like videos from customers and stuff like that. So to get all that just because people are so happy with the product, I think that this is the highest level of entrepreneurship you can achieve, because everybody can sell something. That's the easiest thing. I mean, I will not say that it's easy to sell a lot, but if you will ask enough people, even if you are terrible salesman, you will get some sales, you will make some sales. But yeah, to get this type of experiences is just mind-boggling. Now we will take all this to the other place. Opa. Ooh. Stinks. Stinks a lot. Gluing pattern, and then I need to skirmish. Let's go. Finishing the product is the best. Hoppa, stay tuned if you stay to the end. Now we are streaming just for 30 minutes. And you will see. Tamina, nambalaga. Yalagala. Okay. The final countdown. Castle. Living together. It's the first time that I will glue inside. Oh, evo. Perfect. Exactly 1 gram. Opa. Kaj mi poje ptičica silička? Dobra, Olja je najbolja.
Which mating advantage could occur. One is intrasexual competition, and the logic was whatever qualities led to success in these same-sex battles, those qualities get passed on in greater numbers, and so you see evolution, which is change over time, in increase in frequency of the characteristics associated with winning these, what Darwin called contest competition. And we know that the logic of that is more general now and involves things like, in our species, competing for position and status hierarchies. But the second, most relevant to your question about mate choice, is preferential mate choice. That was the second causal pathway. And the logic there is that if members of one sex agree with one another about the qualities that are desired, then those of the opposite sex who possess the desired qualities or embody those desired qualities, they have a mating advantage. Those lacking desired qualities get banished, shunned, ignored, or in the modern environment become incels. The logic there is very simple, but also very powerful, and that is that whatever qualities are desired, consensually desired, if there's some heritable basis to those, then those increase in frequency over time. And in the human case, these two causal processes of sexual selection are related to each other in that the mate preferences of one sex basically set the ground rules for competition in the opposite sex. So if, for example, hypothetically, women preferred to mate with men who were able and willing to devote resources to them, then that would create competition among men to claw their way, and beat out other men in resource acquisition, and then displaying their willingness to commit that to a particular woman. So that's sort of a little bit of theoretical backdrop. So you asked, well, what are the qualities that men and women desire? And maybe we'll start with long-term mating and then shift to short-term mating. The most large-scale study that's been done on this is a study that I did a while back of 37 different cultures, and it's now been replicated by other researchers. But basically what we found is 3 clusters of things. We found qualities that both men and women wanted in a long-term mate. We found some qualities that were sex differentiated, where women preferred them more than men or men preferred them more than women. And then we found some attributes that were highly variable across cultures in whether people found these as desirable or indispensable or irrelevant. So if you talk about universal desire, so things that men and women share, things like intelligence, kindness, mutual attraction and love, good health, dependability, emotional stability, although there's a bit of a sex difference there with women preferring it a bit more than men. So you go to anywhere in the world and these are qualities that people universally desire in long-term mates. Sex differences. So sex differences basically fell into 2 clusters. So women more than men prioritized good earning capacity, slightly older age, and the qualities associated with resource acquisition. So these are things like a man's social status. Does he have drive? Is he ambitious? Does he have a good long-term resource trajectory is one way that I like to phrase it, because women often, they don't look at necessarily the resources that a guy possesses at this moment, but what is his trajectory? Women attend to the attention structure. So the attention structure is a key determinant of status. So the people who are high in status are those to whom the most people pay the most attention. Hard work, ambition, does he have clear goals, or is he in an existential crisis, not knowing what he's going to do with his life? Also, women use what's called in the literature mate choice copying. So we've done studies where you just take a guy, photograph him alone, versus take the same guy, put an attractive woman next to him, or put 2 women next to him, and women judge exactly the same guy to be much more attractive if he's paired with women. From an evolutionary perspective, it's reasonable that women would prioritize these qualities because of the tremendous asymmetry in our reproductive biology, namely that fertilization occurs internally within women. Women bear the burdens of the 9-month pregnancy, which is metabolically expensive, as well as creating opportunity costs in terms of mobility and solving other tasks that people need to solve in the course of their lives. And so one way to phrase that is that the costs of making a bad mate choice are much heavier for women when it comes to sexual behavior, certainly, because the benefits correspondingly of making a wise mate choice are higher for women in the sexual context. But as I said, we have mutual mate choice in our species. And so what do men value more than women? Physical attractiveness. So physical appearance provides a wealth of information about a person's health status, but also provides for men a wealth of information about a woman's fertility, her reproductive value. Now, not that men think about that consciously. I mean, men don't walk down the street and see a woman and think, oh, I find her attractive because I think she must be very fertile. They just find those cues attractive. We know now, based on the last 20 years of scientific studies, that the cues that men find attractive in women are not at all arbitrary. Things like clear skin, clear eyes, symmetrical features, a low waist to hip ratio, full lips, lustrous hair. All these are qualities that are associated with youth and health, and hence have evolved to be part of our standards of attractiveness. And so it's not just that men are these superficial creatures who evaluate women on the basis of appearance. There's an underlying logic to why they do so. And as I said, relative youth, this age thing is one of the largest sex differences that you find in long-term mate selection, with women preferring somewhat older men and men preferring favoring somewhat younger women. It's also expressed in preferences. So, say a 25-year-old man would, say, prefer a woman who's 20 or in her early 20s. 35-year-old man might prefer a woman who's in her late 20s or early 30s. 50-year-old man might prefer a woman who's, say, 35 to 38. So marriage and long-term mating are things other than reproductive unions in the modern environment. And if you get too large an age gap, then essentially you're in different cultures. And if the cultural gap gets too large, you don't understand each other.
Could you tell us about how men and women leverage deception versus truth-telling and communicating some of the things around mate choice selection?
Yeah, well, so basically, both men and women do
Thank you. Začni anketo. Wow, I can do anketo here.